There you go, it'll find its way around.
Yeah.
David Winter doesn't exactly have a train background. He spent 35 years in the Air Force, so let's face it, his career was spent around planes rather than trains and automobiles. But at some point, a railway signal switch went off, and he started a hobby, focusing on the ground rather than the air.
I was about 30 years old when I started this silliness, and I bought that size because they had a little train at one of the department stores, and it was $16, and it was January and it was cold, and so I bought that thing and bought a few magazines, and the next thing I knew,
You were hooked.
I was hooked. Yeah. I did that size for 25 years.
Around the turn of the century, he switched to the larger models when he says his eyes got smaller and his thumbs got bigger.
We designed the floor plan and the layout in the basement specifically for this. So there's 1,400 square feet here in the basement and about 300 feet of track.
Winter spends about 20 hours a week on his hobby, and yes, there remains work to be done here. He figures he's put about 28 grand so far into this effort. His creation, the Winter Valley Regional Railway, is set in 75-76 in northwestern Saskatchewan and Alberta. And not just the trains fit that image. The cars and buildings would be from around that era as well.
And the people are all dressed like 70s style, or?
I try to keep them that way.
Cars look as they're 70s.
All the people, for the most part, the people are German.
Are they?
They're from Germany. There's a big company over there that makes these.
A lot of the buildings he has built are based on real-life experiences, like his first home from New Brunswick, which, just like life itself, was located on the wrong side of town.
We had running water because it came right through the ceiling, all over the floor.
Yeah, it looks like you got some certain type of sort of people hanging around outside your place.
It's the wrong side of the tracks.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. I've got people washing themselves in the back fence, behind the back fence, and it's for sale. I don't know what they will get for the place. This tower was in Toronto.
Okay.
These two buildings are in Carberry, Manitoba.
Winter recently organized an operation night where some participants got to work the trains, complete with waybills and eastbound and westbound trains.
They had to pick up boxcars, they had to drop off boxcars, and they had to move, do some switching in yards and make their train, and then they had to go to the next town and drop off and pick up in the next town. So I had an eastbound and a westbound, and they had to pass each other and wait in sidings for the other one to come along. Those guys there that are running right now, they've got lots of mileage on them.
They need a rebuild?
I'm giving them a rest, and I will probably oil the gears and stuff like that.
People from as far away as Europe and the States have seen his website and come out here for a look, which he doesn't mind given a day's notice. You can check out wvrr.ca for more information on the Winter Valley Regional Railway.